Hey, so I love Gwent, the card game from The Witcher 3.
So we're back
right?
to this. Okay, yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean-
What do you mean? This is not like if you were to track these spoilercasts, you could see my descent into The Witcher 3 or anything.
Into
right?
Witcher Madness. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, right?
I'm pretty sure everyone knows what I'm talking
Alright,
about.
no one knows what you're talking about. So there's I'm just gonna hypothetically says, as you know, right? Because I played The Witcher 3 multiple times, right? Right? Right, and I'm definitely not playing for the first time from the series I'm recording likes to infer, right? Right, as you know, so within The Witcher 3, there's this card game called Gwent, right? Where you play cards, right? Boy, hey, I got really obsessed with Gwent, right? Because I always knew about Gwent, right?
Weren't you annoyed about it earlier? The fact that like you just like you had to hold back cards. Hey,
let's not talk about how Gwent is still such a shitty, badly designed card game, all right?
Oh,
that's pretty fucking garbage.
Oh,
all right?
Okay. So you're not changing your stance. You just became obsessed with a shit game, is what you're telling me.
That's right. I became about how much I hate this game, right? I'm letting my hatred for a franchise fuel my involvement in it, right? But something that no one has ever done in regards to any type of media franchise, right? Let their hatred for a franchise devolve so much, right? It's impossible. It can never happen. Happen. It will be really dumb if that were to happen, And then I suddenly start going on Twitter and start sending sexual harassment, racist death threats to female actors on the set,
How did we get here? How did we get here? This is not where we want to be, Austin.
All right, but that's not the point of this opening bit of me talking about Gwent. Okay, all right. So back to Gwent. The hit card game from The Witcher 3, right? Boy, I got real bad. I started looking up real-life Gwent cards to buy.
No, why? You said it was a shit game. Why would you go ahead and buy it?
I actually wanted to buy real-life Gwent cards so I could put people through this hell of the fact that I had to sit through fucking Gwent and do the trophy of collecting all the fucking Gwent cards, right?
God.
Boy, Hey, it only costs like $100 to get all the decks. It turns out. It was like I think it's like 480 something cards, right?
Yeah.
For $100, and you get all the cards. I mean, these are all fan-made cards, right? Because they never released like a physical for some fucking reason. They never released a real-life Gwent card for some dumb reason, right? Because CD Projekt Red is run by a bunch of fucking idiots who don't know what they're doing, right?
Right.
Yeah, right? This is the same company that never made a Witcher 1 or 2.
No,
right?
Okay, hold on, that's inaccurate, but okay.
Right, yeah, so anyway, I started looking up Gwent cards to buy, right? And I found it turns out you could legit just buy people making fan Gwent cards, right? Right? It's like $100 for like all the decks, and it comes in a nice box and everything, and it got me really obsessed.
Hold on, real quick. $100 for fake fan cards that people make, or like actual cards?
I mean, but they're not official, so technically they're fake, right? It's like fans making Gwent, like printing out the Gwent cards themselves,
Oh, that's so...
Right?
So, okay, yeah, alright.
So it's pretty much like a fan product, basically, right? Right, and I was like, boy, it got me real. I really want to buy these. It looks real nice. Like, these cards looks really good, right? It comes in like a nice wooden box and everything. Hold on. Let me get this link. That's the wrong person. This is really nice. It got me, boy. I'm like thinking, how much do I want people to put through the suffering of Gwent? Like I had to go through the suffering of Gwent,
Wait, is it a total of $100 just for the whole thing?
Yep, for 5 decks, 482 cards.
Not gonna lie, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, right? Like if you go through the image, you see all the decks, like all the different decks. Like you had monsters, Skelligar, Northern Empire, Tree People World, right? all the faction within The Witcher 3, right?
Yeah,
Right, because I know the name of all the different factions within The Witcher 3.
Oh yeah,
right?
Tell me how many.
Because I'm a big fan of The Witcher lore.
How many of them are there?
Oh well, let's see. So you have all right. You have all right. So there's all right. So there's the northern tribe, the Neapolitan Empire, Lord of the Ring forest elves or wherever the fuck those people are.
Okay.
Right, and Skeletor Island.
Oh, Skeletor Island.
Yeah, that's the name of the world.
No.
That's the name of the world with all the pirates and the Viking. Skeletor Island.
Yeah.
Right, but anyway, but yeah, these things looks real good. I have actually been looking at this thing for like the last week. Like, God, I really want to buy these and everything. Like, it got real bad. I was like, boy, and I just want to put people through the suffering of going. Like, it also goes like this nice wooden box or something, right? Or I guess it's a cardboard box.
It looks like a box or something. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it comes in a nice like this, like professionally designed and everything, right? I read through the product description. The guy who made it's like, yeah, I print these out on 350p settings on like high gloss paper and everything. I'm like, damn, these look really good. And I was thinking, boy, I really want people to put through, and I really want to put people through the hell of Gwent, like I had to go through the hell of Gwent, right?
I am genuinely curious if this guy makes his money back at all for making these cards.
I mean, boy, let's think about. I mean, like he has to if he sells them, right? So 482 cards, right? So let's do some math, right? So $100 divided by 482 cards. That means each card has to cost what? Less than 20 cents a card for him to print out, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're high quality cards, right? How much would they cost per card, like realistically?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not printing out one card at a time, right? He has to be batch printing all this stuff, right?
Oh,
to the point where,
true. Yeah.
Right, to the point where he has to be printing. I don't know. Let's like the Cerulean Dawn City card, right? Like he has to print out like 10 of them at the exact same time, or some shit like that, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but boy, yeah, I've been looking at this listing for the last week, like, boy, I really want to fucking buy these Gwent cards now, and then just put people through the hell of playing Gwent, because I had to suffer through Gwent.
Oh my
God. I mean, he has 4,000. He has 8,500 cells, right? Like, that's pretty fucking good.
That is,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what was that? Has to be. Let's see. So let's just assume this is all from Gwent, of course, because he also sells the board, right, for like $55. But I'm not gonna consider that. So let's just assume all 8,500 cells are Gwent cards, right? That means what? 8,500 times 100. What was that? That's $85,000. $850,000.
Oh God, yeah, that's
just from Gwent cards, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's about to be 8,501 cells, you know. Yeah, like boy, I've been looking at this list for the last week, like boy, I really want these Gwent cards now, because I want to put people through the hell of playing Gwent. Because I have to live through this hell. Because if I have to live through hell of playing Gwent, everyone has to live through the hell of playing Gwent, right? But the problem is, right? So the problem is that these Gwent cards are printed on bridge cards, right? Which I found out is a type of playing card size, right? That not a lot of people use. So it's not something like I could just go out and buy sleeves for. I mean, I could buy sleeves on it, but it's not like a
would you buy like custom sleeves or something like that?
Not technically custom sleeves, but it's not like the type of sleeves that a card store would, because card stores normally carry sleeves for like Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, right? Because those are card games that require your things to be sleeved, right? It's not like playing Uno, right? I mean, you can just fucking play Uno without fucking a sleeves, and it just becomes desiccated and ruined over the years, right? Because no one gives a fuck. But I was thinking, boy, these cards look really good, and I really don't want to fucking just play these cards unsleeved, right? Right, so I was like, boy, I was thinking about how I actually had to go out and actually buy, like, sleeves for this thing, you know?
Yeah. But hey.
Right, that was also that was getting me to, I was like, boy, I actually have to get sleeves for these.
Yeah, well, this is your own fault for deciding to go down the rabbit hole that is Gwent.
Oh, that's what happens when I'm a longtime fan of The Witcher 3, you know, right? And I'm just relearning about about The Witcher 3, right? Because as you know, I've been knowing about The Witcher 3 for a long time and everything, right? And not like for the last month when I started playing The Witcher 3 WoW Hunt for the first time ever. Oh, by the way, that game crashes a fuck ton on the PS4 Pro. Holy shit!
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I actually cannot believe how many times the game crashed on the PS4 Pro.
Oh, you're lucky you didn't get it on launch. It was a buggy fucking mess. Anyway,
Oh,
before we continue down this rabbit hole, because I swear there's no segue unless you have one, Austin, right now.
No, there is no segment. I just want to talk about Gwent.
I was waiting for it. Why is this always happening? Anyway, welcome to the spoiler cast for fucking Don't Look Up, where me and Austin talk about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Ugh, fuck. Anyway, so that was a longer segment than I thought it would be. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, these Gwent cards looks really good. I have to.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you that they actually look really fucking good. But as I guess we should talk about the movie now. Also, real quick, good fucking movie. It hits way too close to home though, considering. But especially if you live in America. But anyway, so.
Oh, what do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, right, really, right? This is like the meteor, some allegory for another kind of
No. What do you mean? America's fine, all right. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything in America is really good right now.
Yeah, sure. Sure it is. Yeah, everything's fine and dandy. There's no more coronavirus now, isn't there?
Yeah, that's right. Look. It's like they said. There was never any coronavirus. All right. It's just the media lying to you. All right.
Yeah, just don't sneeze. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Don't trust the lie that Dr. Fauci's saying. He's nothing more than a puppet for big pharma, you know.
Yeah, Jesus. Anyway, so as per usual, I shall read to you the honest plot synopsis for the movie Don't Look Up that is provided to us by its Wikipedia article. So, here we go. Kate Dibieski, a Michigan State University astronomy PhD candidate, discovers a previously unknown comet. Her professor, Dr. Randall Mindy, confirms that it will collide with the Earth in about 6 months and is large enough to cause a planet-wide extinction event. NASA confirms the findings in the Planetary Defense Coordination Office head, Dr. Teddy Oglethorpe, accompanies Dibieski and Mindy to present their findings to the White House. They are met with apathy from President Janie Orlean and her son and Chief of Staff Jason. Oglethorpe urges Dibieski and Mindy to leak the news to the media, and they do so on a morning talk show. When hosts Jack Bremer and Bree Eventi treat the topic frivolously, Dibieski loses her composure and rants about the threat, prompting widespread online mockery. Mindy, on the other hand, receives public approval for his looks. Actual news about the comet's threat receives little public attention, and the threat is denied by Orlean's director of NASA, a top donor to Orlean with no background in astronomy. When Orlean is involved in a sex scandal with her Supreme Court nominee, she diverts attention by confirming the threat and announcing a project to strike and divert the comet using nuclear weapons. The mission successfully launches, but Orlean abruptly aborts it when Peter Isherwell, the billionaire CEO of tech company Bash and another top donor, discovers that the comet contains trillions of dollars worth of rare earth elements. The White House agrees to commercially exploit the comet by fragmenting and recovering it from the ocean using technology proposed by Bash in a scheme that has not undergone peer review. The White House sidelines Dibieski and Oglethorpe while hiring Mindy as the National Science Advisor. Dibieski tries to mobilize public opposition to the scheme but gives up under threat from Orlean's administration. Mindy becomes a prominent voice advocating for the comet's commercial opportunities and begins an affair with Eventi. World opinion is divided among those who decry alarmism and believe that mining a destroyed comet will create jobs, and those who deny that the comet even exists. Dibieski returns home to Illinois and begins a relationship with Yule, a shoplifter she meets at her retail job. After Mindy's wife confronts him about his infidelity, she returns to Michigan without him. Mindy questions whether Isherwell's technology will be able to break apart the comet, angering the billionaire. Mindy, becoming frustrated with the administration, rants on live television, criticizing Orlean for downplaying the impending apocalypse and questioning humanity's indifference. Cut off from the administration, Mindy reconciles with Dibieski as the comet becomes visible from Earth. Mindy, Dibieski, and Oglethorpe organize a protest campaign on social media telling people to just look up and call on other countries to conduct comet interception operations. Russia, India, and China have been cut out of the comet mining deal, so they prepare a joint effort to deflect the comet, but an explosion destroys their spacecraft. Bash's attempt at breaking the comet apart also goes awry, and everyone realizes that humanity is doomed. Issue where Orlean and others in their elite circle board a sleeper spaceship designed to find an Earth-like planet, inadvertently leaving Jason behind. Orlean offers Mindy 2 places on the ship, but he declines, choosing to spend his final evening with his family. Dabieski, Oglethorpe, and Yule, as expected, the comet hits Earth, causing a worldwide disaster and triggering an extinction-level event. In a mid-credits scene, the 2,000 people who left Earth before the comet's impact land on a lush alien planet 22,740 years later, ending their cryogenic sleep. They exit their spacecraft naked and, admiring the habitable planet, or world, Orlean is suddenly killed by a large bird-like creature she tries to pet. The remaining survivors are last seen being surrounded by additional creatures. A post-credits scene shows Jason emerging from the rubble, having survived the comet, calling for his mother, and trying to post on social media using his phone. And that's the end of the plot synopsis.
Right. Hey, would you think this is an analogy or an allegory for anything, you know?
I mean, considering the fact that a lot of the things that happen within the film actually tends to happen in real world and
I don't know what
American
you're talking
politics.
about. When would we ever not trust the science, right? Well, when would we ever do that, you know? Right? Who would assume we would never trust the science, or the fact that the president of the United States might be incompetent, right?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and you know he just
that would
they
never
just
happen.
Care about themselves, yeah, that kind of thing,
right?
Impossible.
Or the fact that major media conglomerate might get too powerful, right? That would never happen. I could never see a world where someone is worth $1 trillion, right? That could never happen in any sense in a way like that. That would be what we would call a science fiction world, you know. Right?
Yeah.
A dystopia, right?
Yeah.
A cyberpunk 2077, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Why do you bring that back in? Jesus fuck.
Right? A Blade Runner, Black Lotus.
Okay.
Some would say.
Okay. No, I get it. We all get it now. But no, yeah.
Right? A real What was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where he went to the fucking future?
Not Total Recall.
Was it Total Recall? Was that the one with the 3 shells? The 3 shells jokes?
Oh no, that wasn't Schwarzenegger. That was Stallone.
Was that Stallone?
Yeah, the joke about like he goes into the bathroom with the shells, right?
Yeah.
He's like wondering what the fuck the shells are for, and then he goes and asks somebody, and they're just like, he doesn't know what you use the shells for, and they never fucking answer him.
Oh, Demolition Man, a real Demolition Man.
Yeah, that would be
right?
Demolition Man. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
God, it was yeah. Who's to say that movies don't have some biting satirical
no, movies are supposed to be an escape of fantasy from real life, right? Stuff that can never happen, you know? It's like how when I watch Spider-Man 3 Homecoming or Far From Home, I'm like, this is great. What a great fictional world where we see someone graduate with a degree and then forced to live in a shitty apartment, not being able to pay off student debt. Right? Like only fictional settings where that can ever happen in, right?
Yeah, that can only happen in fictional settings, huh?
That's right. It can never happen in first world developed country, right? None of that can ever happen, right? It's like being a developed country and still having problem with gun violence, right? Only fictional sci-fi movie has no premise, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus. So I guess since the joke is over now. I guess going into the film, I don't okay, so this is like, it's a good film, don't get me wrong, but it is something of a tough watch if you live in America and happen to, we've kind of seen this kind of stuff that's been shown within the movie where people are just like, oh yeah, people are going to die, well, you know what, politics comes first, that kind of thing, which is very much what happens within like the first 20-30 minutes of the movie when they talk to their president. And she's just
right.
And she's just kind of just like, oh yeah, well we've heard of end of the world stuff like this before. This is just something different, that kind of stuff, right? And it's just like the scientists are like, oh, we know that the world's going to end, and then it's just like, oh, but you know what, politics, and you know what, it doesn't really matter, that kind of shit, right?
Right.
But yeah, it's just a lot of the apathy and just like how the devil may care attitude that a lot of people kind of just present in here also kind of they also do a wonderful lens on a brief lens. I don't think they do. I mean, it's kind of prominent, but they do show a lens on how the internet will, typically react to certain shit, right? And
All
it's
right.
because
Wait. Do you not find the video of the baby monkey funny? What do you mean? Are you saying you would rather watch a video of a baby monkey rather than watch a video of a struggling single mom waitress? Right?
yeah.
Like, one of those is way more better to watch than the other. All right.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna go ahead and question what you would prefer to watch, but
All right. Hey, look. Baby monkeys are really funny. All right.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, sure.
It's funny watching them try to climb a tree, and then they fall off because they don't know how to climb trees because they were just bored. Idiots.
Jesus. Okay, come on. But yeah, it's just like a lot of the stuff happens here is again just like really really hard to kind of watch at times because you do get like Jennifer Lawrence's character who is like who is very much just like trying to say like, hey, the world's about to fucking end and then everything, right? And then like literally right afterwards, like after that fucking interview that she has with the morning TV show, literally everyone starts memeing the shit out of her, right? Just saying like, oh yeah, she's an idiot, she's an alarmist, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And then you get people who are like, oh well, I don't see a fucking comet, so
yeah, right. And
no
comets aren't real, right?
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
it's very funny. Just like, I mean, again, this is a funny movie, but man, it's more like an uncomfortable haha funny, considering that we've seen this shit. Again, it's just like, man, this is close to home, right? But yeah, it's just like nobody fucking takes any of this shit seriously. Everyone's just really apathetic to the situation. And God, where was I going with this? I forget.
Yeah, it was society,
No, yeah, we live in a society. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, but God, it is a rough watch, especially for people who've seen this. But it is funny because you get some stupid shit like with fucking what do you call it? Like they're like, what's his name? Was it like fucking Jonah Hill's character? But Jonah Hill is basically like
yeah, Jack or something. Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, or
No,
Jason,
no, that's not Jack. Jason.
Yeah. Right. He's he's not the brightest person, his character, and his mother is just, I mean, like, God, it's just, okay. So, I mean, like, I mean, okay, so, I mean, it's funny movie, characters funny. Okay, no, I got where I'm going with.
Okay.
No, my mind wanders a lot, and it's just like, well, we get there. But yeah, it's just like with Jonah Hill's character is actually kind of great, and just like how his mother in the movie, right? Like Meryl Streep's character just basically just describes it best, where she's like, yeah, you just need to learn to fucking read the room, and he doesn't know how to read the fucking room, and it's just kind of like, I mean, everyone's kind of presumptuous in this film too. I mean, a lot of these people are just kind of assholes to the main characters, and even the main characters aren't like free from criticism, I guess. I don't know. This is more of a somber movie, I think, for me. Like, I don't know how to there are jokes in this movie. You can get a laugh out of them.
Jokes,
like, there's Ron Perlman's
I would
character.
like there to be jokes in my movie,
Like, there's Ron Perlman's character, which is just kind of like a brief, like...
Yeah, boy.
God, he certainly played an interesting character, now didn't he? He was like this old retired, I think he was retired, right? Like a retired general of sorts, right?
Yeah, because America loves a hero, right?
Yeah, like
boy, that was a good joke. I'm not gonna lie. The joke about, hey, why are we sending out a guy to do this when we have drones, right? When we have drones and machineries that can do this stuff now, right?
Yeah.
I was like, boy, that's a good joke. It's a real satire, but because hey, I don't know if you watch American reality TV shows, especially those that airs on a certain liberal network that has a bird for a mascot that shows off America's talent. Right?
Yeah,
right? I don't know if you ever watch those type of shows, but they really like to hammer, right? Instead of, it gets less about the talent of that show and more about, here's a sad person story we can use to exploit so we can get views, right?
But, so, I mean, like, sorry. But yeah, I mean, it's not entirely a downer of a movie. but it can be. So because again, it's just like it shows a lot of just. Oh, I keep repeating myself. I know this. Uh, it's just show basically how society reacts to shit like today and everything, and it's just kind of depressing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it's not worth the watch, especially maybe years down the line, I guess, after this whole shit's kind of gone past. But it's a fun movie. I mean, I especially didn't expect to see Timothy Chalamet's character to just kind of come in and be the character that he was. Literally
Yeah,
came out
boy.
of
Hey,
nowhere
that Timothy. Hey, real hot star all of a sudden. Right? I can't. Hey, boy, I can't wait to see him in a sci-fi. I think he'll do real good in a sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah, he'll do real good in a sci-fi movie. Yeah.
We should put him in a sci-fi movie where he's on a water world full of nothing but water, right?
Waterworld. Why would you say Waterworld again? God damn you!
Hey, that's a good name for a movie. We'll call it Waterworld. I was thinking about calling it something like Wave, right? Like a singular word to describe a mound of water, right? I was gonna call it Wave, right? But Waterworld is a better idea. Let's pitch that to Hollywood. Hey, let's pitch that to Timothy Chalamet, right?
No, look, instead of Wave, what if we just called it Water or Ocean?
Oh no, that's dumb. That's dumb. People will not understand the subtext of that, right?
As opposed to Wave? What's the subtext for Wave? What is it?
It can mean many different things, right? Because as you know, I'm a big science fiction expert on science fiction about alien planets, right? Especially those that are on a planet with a substance that takes up a majority of that was written in the hold on, when was that? When was it written? Hold on. Dune book. Written in the 1960s. As you know, I'm a big expert on 1960 sci-fi novels, right?
Right,
and I know everything about their story and to me because I definitely read 1960 sci-fi novels, right? And I know what's the plot of it and everything, right? Right, yeah, all I'm saying is Wave is a good movie for a water-based movie name, alright? Okay. I'm just saying that now.
Anyway, so before I do you have anything on this movie, otherwise?
Boy, I had a real actual train of thought in my head, but somehow along the shitpost, I kinda lost it.
Yeah, that's what happens, isn't it?
I'm trying to figure out what was my point I wanted to make. Here, you talk more about this while I try to remember.
Anyway, I find the story to be rather fine. I think it was, it was fine and everything. Again, very realistic, and and of course the characters are exaggerated to a certain point, like with fucking Meryl Streep's character. Most everyone's character. Because, again, you exaggerate the characters around, the two main characters with Mindy and Debieski. You exaggerate them to kind of just really push point the home of what you're trying to say. So, a lot of these characters, or a lot of these people around them are just basically assholes or apathetic bastards or whatever the fuck. But, anyway, but, it doesn't really, a lot of this movie just really doesn't shy away from, any one person or any one group demographic, because they'll just get on everybody that they can, on how certain people will react to the situation. Of course, there's the one side who's there's no comet, and then there's the other side who's there is a comet, but it's but it could give us jobs if we do this and stuff like that, right? And it's just kind of it's just yeah, that's a little too real. But God, I know I'm doing a lot of repetition. A lot of the riots are actually just wild to see too. Holy shit, people just go fucking ape shit, and it's just it's also nice to see how you also get different points of view when it comes to that, where you see actual people actually bring out phone cameras, and you might see someone actually filming with the camera or the camera's perspective, right? And then you just see everyone just kind of react, and then again, this is a very well put together movie that shows how everyone might react in a situation like this, or how everyone has reacted to a certain situation like this,
right?
But yeah,
right, because it's not like we live in a society, some would say, where we value social media attention over factual knowledge, right? It's not like everyone is too busy trying to take out their phones and record the car crash instead of being like, hey, should we help those people in the car crash? Right? It's not like we live in that type of society or anything, right? Right, this movie is not trying to be a social commentary on the generational youth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. Okay.
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 Oh, are you gonna say it?
Oh, okay. Are you done? Okay. I remember what I wanted to say. Okay. Hey, boy. Is there like a contract or some shit that Leonardo DiCaprio or Jonah Hill have where they have to be in the same movie with each other? Does one of them have that contract or some shit?
Do one of them have that contract?
Yeah, boy, they keep putting Jonah Hill and fucking and Leonardo DiCaprio in the same movie for some reason.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it could just be potentially just like, oh, they just happen to be in the same movie or something like that. But I mean, I can't say. But I mean, like.
Right, I don't even know that. There's like Jonah Hill and Leonardo keeps being a lot in the same movie.
I mean,
together,
you can only
right?
do so much and just having people be like.
Hey, look, you can cast a movie without Jonah Hill and Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, you don't have to put both of them together in the same movie.
If they work in the role, then what? Why not? Right? I mean, it's just. It
just feels weird. Like I always see them in the same movie, right? It's like how you ever see like a Rock and Kevin Hart movie, and you're trying to figure out, wait, which Rock and Kevin Hart movie is this, right? Right?
I mean,
it's just weird when you just see them together a lot, right? Right? It's not like they're like some like Hollywood team where boy, we have to get Jonah Hill and Leonardo DiCaprio together in a movie, right? It's really weird. It's always just see like these two actors who reappear together in the same movie, right? Right? It's not like it's like a Tim Burton and fucking I can't remember that.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, okay, that's a better one. I was thinking of the female. Yeah, right. It's just right. It's not like a Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm sorry, Johnny Depp, Tim Burton type of movie where you're like,
you were
oh
thinking,
boy, here.
No, but were you also thinking about Helena Bonham Carter?
Yeah, there we go. I was thinking of Kate Beckinsale for some reason.
I mean, for Helena Bonham, I mean, she's married to Tim Burton, so.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she is.
Boy, I did not know that.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Johnny Depp, right? It's not like when you see like a like a Tim Burton project, and I was like, oh boy, is Johnny Depp gonna be in here? Is he gonna fight? Is he gonna fight through sexual abuse allegations and then lose his movie credit, even though he was right because of it? Right? Right? It's just really funny and weird how every time I see a movie it has Jonah Hill and Leonardo. I was like, oh boy, hey look, it's another for some reason movie with both Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill in the same movie. What's up with that?
God, I mean, it's just like acting like, you know, big name actors. It's a small world, so it's bound to happen, I think. Also, I will say that apparently, because I just looked it up, apparently I guess they're not together anymore. Burton and Carter. So you know, I'm revising my statement on that just for accuracy's sake. But I mean, but that's the thing though. This is like actors, like you can only do so much when it comes to like just, you know, casting actors and stuff, right? So
right.
I mean, like it's just a thing that's just gonna happen, but it's whatever. Anyway, was that all you had to say on the movie, or is there anything else?
But like I said, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a fun watch. Right, like how it was supposed to be a satire, right? Right, and I was like, look, I was reading through the reviews for this page, how people was like, oh, this movie wasn't funny because of it, right? I was like saying how this was like liberal propaganda, right? Wow. And as you know, I don't have a political affiliation, right? Like I don't associate myself with any political party registrational system or whatever the fuck people want to say, right? I was like, right, I'm like it's like people just don't make stuff like with a message if it doesn't exist, right? Right, like there's no reason this movie was made with its political allegory and context and jokes, right? If it didn't already exist, right? And for people to just be saying like, it's like, the Hollywood is pretty left leaning, right? You know, and this might be right? And the people associated with might be liberals or whatever the fuck, right? It's like, I mean, they're not making this movie because they're left leaning or whatever the fuck. It's like, no, this movie does have, right?
I mean,
It's not like a total pure fictional work, right? With no basis. Like, hey, like all of a sudden one day I think that's the director, Adam McKay was like, hey, what's Leonardo DiCaprio doing? Is he still picking up girls at the middle school? Let me get him and Jonah Hill together in a movie about climate change allegories. God. Right?
Sure.
Hey, but hey, I should probably retract that statement about Leonardo, so I don't get sued by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Probably should.
Right? That was a joke. That is not an actual allegation I am trying to make, as it is what I would like to call an allegory. Right? Like this movie is supposed to be an allegory. Right?
Sure.
Right.
But the thing is, it's just like if you disagree with like, or if you don't like what a movie has to say about just like, you know, like what you see in it, then well, I mean, it's not the movie's fault that you give it something to say, you know, or at least what current events have given the movie to say.
Yeah.
This movie wouldn't exist in the first place if we didn't go through the events that we have, or similar events that we have seen here. So you know, there's a point to it, and it's kind of just showing, yeah, we should probably like fix that or something, you know, make sure that doesn't happen to us, so that, you know, in a case like this, that it doesn't happen to us like this, like in this movie here. And that's kind of the point of like movies like this. It was like the same thing with like God, it was a really long title for a movie. It was a Stanley Kubrick film. It was
Was it a 2001
no,
Space Odyssey?
No. I'm talking about the
Clockwork Orange.
No, I'm talking about the satire he made, my guy.
The moon landing.
No, fucking. It was like something. Hold on, let me look this up, because it was something or how I learned to stop worrying or something like that. Give me a second while I look at the film.
How I learned to stop worrying. How I learned Doctor Strangelove, or how I
yes.
yeah, that one.
Doctor Strangelove, or how I learned to stop worrying, and what, Love the Bomb, I think it's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what it's called actually?
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because that was just basically making commentary on its day and age too. This is like, again, we've seen films like this, like a lot. Like this is like, I won't say it's like similar, but it's like along the same vein, I guess. It's not like very much satire, but more of warning and, you know, this can happen type of thing. It's a movie we've seen before too. What was it called? Fucking like, you know the one that would reminded us a lot of like COVID, because it's basically what we're going through right now.
Oh, Contagion?
Contagion, yes, that's the one.
Yeah. The first movie we did when we started doing these spoiler casts.
Yeah.
Throwback.
Yeah, but that's
throwback.
Like,
hey, the Contagion spoiler cast. You can listen it on our channel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a plug. I'm gonna use this as a plug-in, right, for that video, you know, right? That's what I was actually trying to do effort for those thumbnails before I got real lazy and trying to do a unified thumbnail style. By the way.
Yeah, but
because it ended up being too much work for me to fucking bother with.
But yeah, it just goes along like similar veins like that, because like, look, this stuff happens. We're making this and showing it to you just so that you're aware of it, and so that you can be a better informed person, I guess, to make sure this shit doesn't happen, right? That's essentially what this film is. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's an uncomfortable look, especially for a lot, like, especially if you've been part of these groups, or a part of one of these groups, I'm certain, you know. But it's necessary to look at it to kind of reflect and just, like, you know, make changes and see, okay, well, if I can relate to this, and I feel bad for relating to this, then maybe I should change my ways. That's kind of how these things go. But yeah, it's just it's par for the course, honestly. But like, you know, it's a good movie. Depressing, and it can be, but it can also be very funny. But for me, it was mostly depressing. But you know, it's definitely a good movie, worth the watch. You know, if you're comfortable with looking back on the years that we struggled through, give it a go. Anyway,
right.
That's what I have to say on that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a enjoyable movie. Hey, look, there's some good jokes. I like the jokes in the movie, right? I like how the general fucking sold them stuff that was free. I thought that was funny.
God,
I like how Bumper was playing a racist old white guy who was born in and I like how they joked and made fun of that, right? Like, yeah, he was born in a different era, right? Like, so that's a pretty good joke, right? To have that, right,
honestly.
boy. Right, and especially, I love the not media conglomerate analogy, right? With how media companies might have too much power and everything, and how they might put their own, and how they would have their own, have their own agenda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, for everything. Memes. I like how this movie put memes in it, because kids love memes,
Yeah, and that's...
Right? That's how you get the kids, right? You get them with memes, right?
I don't think that's...
You got
okay, hold on. You might want to watch that phrasing there, Austin. That's all I'm going to say.
What, kids love memes?
No, it's like this is how you get the kids. I'm like, okay, hold on. Maybe we shouldn't
Yeah, with memes. Kids, yeah. That's how you market to the kids, with the memes and the TikToks,
Okay, alright. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, memes. Anything else? Anything else would you like to say?
No, I don't think that's it. I think that's all I have to say, really, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. This movie was fun. I like the jokes. The jokes was funny. I love how the end, when they land on the alien planet, the birds started fucking them up. I was thinking, yeah, that's probably what happened when we go to an alien planet, right?
Part of me kind of wonders if that's if that's their commentary on on what's the word I'm looking for? On like dinosaurs.
Alien life?
No, I meant more dinosaurs, because dinosaurs. People were like, oh, that's not a dinosaur. They didn't have feathers, and this is still ongoing debate. But people are just.
Boy, I did not think of it. I just thought it was funny how these went on the alien planet, and the bird thing just fucked them up.
No, yeah, for sure. That was fucking great as shit. Especially how she's the first to go, and she's like, yeah, you caused the shit. Yes. But anyway, But yeah, it's That was a good joke too. And also I'm pretty sure they all died too. But hey.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, as long as they went to an alien planet with no fucking they went there to a naked alien planet with no fucking weapons or anything. They were just there, right?
Yeah. They didn't really plan ahead, did they? But then again, no one planned ahead in this fucking movie.
Also, don't know if it was supposed to be another fucking critique analogy and how it was just a bunch of old white people, right? That escaped to the new world, right?
It could be. Could be.
Could be. White folks. Could be not. Right? Hey, does the wealthy people hold the power? Are we the 99%ers of the world, while the 1% gets to live in their castle, all comfy and cozy, having up poison testers and drinking wines imported from the nation across the seas? Right, from India, because that's what's left towards That's what's left of Europe, India, right? As they would like to think, right? Because as you know, if you travel across the Atlantic, right? That's what's between us and Europe, right?
One of those, right?
Right. Yes, right. Like if you were to travel across the Atlantic Ocean, you'll reach India, right?
I think it was. I want to say it was the Pacific. I don't know anymore, man. I really don't.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it.
All right. Yeah. All right. That's it. All right. I got nothing else to say.
I mean, if we're gonna have last words, I would say listen to the fucking scientists. They know more than you.
Right.
For certain. Don't blindly believe in your one belief. And
I'll do my own research, all right? You can't stop me from doing my own research and joining Facebook groups, right, that discusses the truth that the government don't want to share, as I talk about in my quote-unquote private Facebook group, where the big tech company can't stop us, as I say this in their social media platform, right?
Yeah.
Frank, the voice of the people.
Oh my god.
I think that's the tagline of fucking Microsoft's stupid fucking social. Once again, still a fucking bad name for a fucking social media service. Holy shit! This is not trying to be left or right. What a fucking bad name for a fucking social media website.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when
names their website after a fucking name.
I don't know, man. I really don't.
It's such a fucking stupid name for a fucking social media website. That's like me going like, hey, I'm gonna post my blog on the William.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
right. No. I'm gonna post on my blog because the government can't stop me because Will I am, right? Because whenever there's a will, I am gonna say what I say. Hey, this is a good idea. Hey, let's pitch this social media website to a big tech company,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call our social media site William, but we put a dot in between, before and after the I, so it says Will I am, right? Because no one has done that yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a good idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, okay.
Just write it down.
All right, I'm writing this down right now. All right, hey, stay tuned next week where I talk about Gwent again.
Jesus, of course.
All right. Coronavirus is still a thing. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Get your shots. The booster's a thing now. Okay, thanks, bye.